You're listening to the sounds of Salford, from the UK going out to the world.
Hi, good evening and welcome to the Sounds of Salford with Noddy's Chosen Year 1988. How are you, pal?
I'm fine, thanks, Simon. Very special year for me this, actually, Simon, because when dawn broke on the 1st of January 1988, I was 7,000 miles away from home.
Was you?
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
Falklands.
Oh my God, the Falklands.
So I was midway through a tour. I've been there since October and I didn't get home till March, but I loved it.
Loved it?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah, you liked it there, didn't you?
Yeah.
What year for you then, 88?
Yeah.
Good music as well, 1988.
Not bad. But
I've been better years, but
yeah.
I suppose it's been worse as well.
Of course it is, yeah. But start with the first track. This lady was a proper Anglophile. She's an American, but she loves everything to do with Britain or England. She grew up in the LA punk scene, and she formed her own band with her friends called the Go-Go's. Now, the Go-Go's came out to England in the 79, 80 during the ska boom, and they ended up touring with Magnus, and actually they recorded with the Specials on their second album.
Yeah.
Then the Go-Go's went back to the States, became big stars in their own right. Then Belinda went solo herself, and this was released in the back end of 1987, got to number one in America, and in the first couple of weeks in January 88 this got to number one in the UK. So not a bad start for her, was it?
Not bad, really. Do you know what it's worth?
But it's a pretty good track, so I'd really like this one. So I'd like to dedicate this to my work colleagues, Glenn and Dennis. This is Belinda Carlisle, Heaven is a Place on Earth.
Ooh, baby, do you know that that's where? Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. They say in heaven, love comes first. We'll make heaven a place on earth. Ooh, heaven is a place on
When the night
That was Belinda Carlisle with Heaven is a Place on Earth, and you was in heaven on Saturday, weren't you, mate?
Yeah, it was a great day, Simon. Really enjoyed it. I've not been for a while, but no, really, it was a cracking game as well.
Yeah,
they won.
Good win, wasn't it, as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I felt I paid for it on Sunday though. I'm not going to deny it. I mean, I was dog rough. So like I said, I woke up in Mum and Dad's porch. You know.
Did you?
Yeah.
In the porch.
In the porch.
Asleep in the porch.
Yeah. My dad come up, put the cat out and found me, so I ended up keeping on their couch.
Well, that was lucky, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I've got Jay and Lisa to thank for that because they started imbibing me with gin, lots and lots of it. I think we had quite a few, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I had quite a few myself, but that was down to the Warrington fan I would give the bogus ticket to.
Yeah, well, silly chap, wasn't there?
Yeah. Kept buying me beer, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, if
Never
it's going to
mind.
buy it, I'll drink it, innit?
So anyway, that last track was Belinda, was for Glenn and Dennis, who were colleagues. Well, the next track, I've just mentioned them already. Jay and Lisa.
Oh, Posh and Becks.
Of Salford.
Yes, the Posh and Becks.
Now, I know this chap's dear to Lisa's heart. Talking about Morrissey. Now, in 1987, the Smiths split up. After only 4 years, really, of recording. The last album was called Strange Ways, Here We Come. So Morrissey went on his own way. I think Johnny Marr went to form Electronic with Bernie Sumner out of New Order and Neil Tennant out of the Pet Shop Boys. But Morrissey teamed up with a chap called Stephen Street. I think he was a sound engineer when he did a lot of work with the Smiths. So the pair of them collaborated and they brought Morrissey's first album out, and it was called Viva 8. And it got to number 1, the album. And this track we're going to play is the second single release. The first one was called Sway Dead, and this one was called Every Day's Like Sunday. And it is a cracking tune to it, and it's got typical Morrissey lyrics as well. So lyrically, he's still up there with the gods, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a genius.
So for Jay and Lisa, thanks for all the gin on Saturday. This is Morrissey, Every Day's Like Sunday.
Trudging slowly over wet sand, back to the bench where your clothes were stolen.
a bit of Morrissey with it. Every day is like a Sunday going out here to Jay and Lee. Lovely seeing you weekend, Jay. And Lee.
Yeah.
better throw both in, otherwise at the moment.
So, another request now we're dealing with, Simon. One of your favourite listeners. Listens to all your shows.
They're all my favourite listeners.
Well,
my mum. I will.
Maria,
my pal.
So Maria's specifically asked for this.
Yeah, which one is it, mate?
It's Tennis Trent Derby.
Oh, yes.
And now, Tennis Trent Derby, I'll tell you a little background about the chap. He's an American chap, and apparently he was something of a boxer in his youth. I think he was the Florida Golden Gloves champion. Then he joined the US Army. Got dishonourably discharged, I think, in 83, and he ended up living around Europe. But he found himself in England in 86, 87. And he recorded an album called Introducing the Hardline, according to Tennis Trent Derby. But he was also touring with Simply Red, Mick Hucknall.
Yeah.
And I think that he got a lot of coverage because of him being with Mick Hucknall at the time. Now, the album sold millions, mainly in the UK, but eventually the United States took off. And he had a number one with Sign Your Name in the United States. But the thing with Terence was he had a bit of an ego problem, Simon, and he started coming out with stuff like, this is the album recorded is the most important album since Sgt. Pepper.
Yeah.
And so the press was just waiting for him to fall, and he did eventually, spectacularly, because his next album was a pile of rubbish. Yeah. But this ain't a bad track.
Yeah, it's good.
When he's in his pomp, when he was doing okay. So it's for Maria.
Yeah.
She specifically asked for this. This is Tennis Trent Derby and Wish Him Well.
Kissing like a bandit, stealing time underneath the sycamore tree. Cupid by the all St. Valentine's, to my sweet lover and me. Slowly but surely, your appetite is more than I knew. Sweetly, softly, I'm falling in love with you. Wish me love for wishing well, to kiss and tell. Oh, wishing well, a butterfly tear. Wish me love for wishing well, to kiss and tell.